Good afternoon and welcome to UKMSA's broadcast this afternoon about easy fundraising. I am Laura. I'm membership shed development manager here at UKMSA, and it's great to see people watching. We've already got people online, so fantastic. If you please do write in the comment below, however you're watching us, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube or LinkedIn, please, when you write a comment below the screen and hit send, then it comes through to us and we get to see us. So please do tell us who you are and where you are watching from. And later on when we go for questions, that's also the place to write your questions. But without any further ado, I am clearly not the one that everyone has come to see today, and we all know I can talk for Britain, so I will keep quiet. I will just introduce you to Becky from Easy Fundraising. Hi, Becky.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Laura. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. This is my very first Facebook Live, so I'm very, very excited about this. I'm going to try and keep my excitement reined in, but yeah, looking forward to it. Right, shall I kick off?
I was going to say, I am not the one who is kind of here for, they're not all here to come and see me, that's for sure. So yeah, it'd be fantastic if you would like to kind of share about easy fundraising.
Yeah, I absolutely will. Thank you very much. Well, just to give you a little info about me, my name is Becky Coleman. I am the Community Partnerships Manager at Easy Fundraising, and one of my roles is to look after the sheds and the partnership that we have with Men's Shed. So I'm really, really happy to be here today to talk to you about what Easy Fundraising is, who we are and how it works. I'm going to give you a demo of the website and the tools that we provide to help you raise, and also just going to talk through how to get started. And I'm also going to show you a few top tips of some things that sheds that raise really well with us. How do they do it? So who are we? What do we do? And how it works? All the important stuff. So some of you will already know this because we have lots of sheds raising with us already, but we are a completely free online fundraising platform, and we exist to enable good causes to raise money for free when their supporters shop online. We've been doing this for over 15 years now, members of the Institute of Fundraising and NCVO, so we do take your fundraising very seriously indeed. Around about 190,000 good causes all around the country use Easy Fundraising, including lots of sheds, and just over £45 million has been raised for good causes by people using the Easy Fundraising platform, so it does work. So what do we do? That's what you're all here to find out. We basically turn the online shopping that you and your shedders and your family and friends are doing into free monetary donations for your shed. So the way that it works in a nutshell, and I'm going to do you a little demo of how it works in a minute as well, but the way that it works in a nutshell is, let's say you wanted to buy something from Homebase or Argos or any of our other many retailers. Instead of going directly to the retailer's website, you simply come to the Easy Fundraising website or our app. You search for that retailer that you want to shop with. So let's say Homebase. We will then send you to the Homebase website where you shop completely as normally. But because you've started at Easy Fundraising, the retailer that you shopped with will donate a certain percentage of what you have spent back to the good cause of your choice. In your case, your shed. It's completely free for both your shed to use and all shedders. So if you were going to go and spend £50 at that retailer, you will still only spend £50 because it is the retailer that makes the donation, not the shopper. There are over 7,500 retailers, so it's everybody that you are already shopping with. And it's a nice new income stream for your shed. It's something that can sit along the other things that you're doing. And actually, one thing I did want to flag up today is some of the sheds I know have used Amazon Smile in the past to raise money. So this is a great alternative to Amazon Smile. Some of you may know that it closed recently, closed in February quite suddenly. So if you were relying on that for a little bit of income, you can use Easy Fundraising instead, because as I say, we have over 7,500 other retailers that will all donate to your shed whenever you shop with them. Donations will range between perhaps 0.5% for some retailers, right up to 10% for others, and everything in between. Each retailer sets its own donation amount, and that's how much your good cause, your shed, will receive. So you probably already know, you will already know that online shopping is huge now. So it was growing year on year on year, but the pandemic obviously hastened its growth quite a lot because we couldn't physically go to a shop for some time, could we? So now more and more people are shopping online on a regular basis, and that includes your shedders. And what Easy Fundraising does is it turns that online shopping into donations for your good cause, for your shed. So the way that it works in terms of you as a shed is all you do is you register your shed with Easy Fundraising as a good cause. I'll show you in a little while the link that you can go to register your shed, but it's really quick and easy. It's only going to take you a few minutes. So if after this session you think, yeah, want to give this a go, registering your shed, you'll be up and running in 5 minutes. Once you've registered your shed with us for free, we create a page on the Easy Fundraising site for your shed. And all you do is you ask your shedders or any other supporters you might have to go to that page and click that they want to support you. They sign up, they just put in a name and an email address, they register to be a supporter of your shed. And then once they've done that, every time they want to shop online, they simply go to the Easy Fundraising website or the Easy Fundraising app, shop as normal, and the retailer will donate a certain percentage of what's spent back to your shed for free. So that is how it works. Some of the benefits of it are that it's a really easy thing to do. As I said, you'll get set up and running really quickly. It's reliable, it just ticks along in the background, and it is safe as well. So by using Easy Fundraising, you're not setting your supporters up to be spammed by retailers or anything like that. It's a completely safe and secure platform. And crucially, it doesn't cost anything. It's also unrestricted funding that you raise this way, so you can use it for whatever you want. You can use those donations towards any project or any core costs or running costs, or simply to keep chocolate biscuits in the tin at the shed. That's it. It doesn't matter to us what we do and what you do with it, because we know that you'll spend it wisely, and we know that sometimes you might not want to use it for a particular project. You might just need it to keep the lights on, so that's fine. It's also unrestricted in the sense that there's no upper limit on how much you can raise, and there's no time limit either. So it isn't like a crowdfunder where you're trying to raise a certain amount in a certain amount of time. You can use Easy Fundraising for as long as you want. We have causes that registered with us in 2007 when we started and still raise with us today. It is something that will complement any other fundraising you're doing, so you can still apply for those grants and look for those bids and things like that. You can do your face-to-face fundraising, you can do anything else that you already do, but you can also do Easy Fundraising. It should just tick along nicely as a passive form of fundraising in the background. And really importantly, is because there are so many retailers involved, you're not needing to ask your supporters, your shedders, to change where they shop, because the retailers that they shop with 99 times out of 100 will be on Easy Fundraising, will be part of our partnership. And it's really important right now as well that, just to be clear, this isn't about encouraging people to spend more or shop more or buy more than they're comfortable with. Heavens knows right now it's tough out there, and people are trying to tighten their belts wherever they can. So it isn't about encouraging people to spend what they're not comfortable with. It's just tapping into that existing shopping behaviour that they are already doing, because it doesn't cost the shopper anything else. So it's a way that people can support you without having to donate, and the money will just trickle in for you as and when you need it. Here are some of our retailers. There are so many others. I'm not going to go through them all, but just to suffice to say, it's all of your department stores, your travel retailers, your home and garden and DIY retailers, even your takeaways from Just Eat and Domino's and Uber Eats and things like that can get you a donation as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share another screen, and I'm going to show you how it actually works. So just bear with me while I share my screen. Hopefully you are all able to see that. That is the Easy Fundraising website. I am already logged in as a supporter of a good cause. You can see that this is the cause here that I choose to support, Home Start Birmingham Northwest. They've raised over £1,000, nearly £20 nearly £18 in the last 30 days. And they have 37 people supporting them. And these are my donations. So I've raised in total, all the time I've been using Easy Fundraising, I've raised £1,300. The reason my total is larger than my cause is because I supported a different cause prior to supporting Home Start. So all you do is you've registered to support your shed already. Your shed signed up. Supporters come to the Easy Fundraising site. You search for the retailer that you want to shop with. So if I just search for John Lewis and Partners is there, and I click on that, and it firstly takes me to this page, and it tells me what my donation rate will be. So that's 0.5% if I buy an Apple, Android, smart or telephony product, and 2% of what I spend on anything else is going to go to my good cause. And all I do is I click shop now, and it takes me out to the retailer's website. Hopefully you can see that. Hold on, we share that tab. Hopefully you can see that. My first time using this StreamYard technology, so apologies if I'm clicking all over the place. I'm now on the John Lewis website. I now shop completely as normally because I've started at Easy Fundraising. John Lewis will donate to me, to my good cause. I'm not shopping with Easy Fundraising. I'm shopping with John Lewis. You can also, if I just go back to this site again, if you don't know who you want to shop with, but you do know what you want to buy, you can look at our category. So if I click shop by category here, you then get a list of all of our categories. So let's say I wanted to book a holiday, I could go to travel, and I could go to holiday packages, and I'll then get a list of all of the retailers that we work with and what donation they will give you. So let's say I'd like to book a holiday with First Choice. Again, I just go here, tells me what my donation is. I click shop now, takes me out to First Choice where I shop completely as normally. And up to 2% of what I spend is going to go back to my good cause. So what you can also do is download our donation reminder. Now, what this does is once you've downloaded it to your computer, your desktop, your laptop, if you were to just go straight to a retailer's website, so if I go Marks and Spencer's website, so I'm not in Easy Fundraising now, I'm just searching for Marks and Spencer's in Google, and you'll see that because I have the donation reminder installed, it knows that this is a partner retailer. It knows that I'm an Easy Fundraising supporter, and all I do is click that, logs me in the background, keeps me on the Marks and Spencer's website, and it enables my donation. So this is great because sometimes people forget to go through Easy Fundraising. We have a lot of retailers as well, so it might not be that you've forgotten. It might purely just be that you didn't know that this retailer was one of our retailers. So if you have the donation reminder installed, if you end up on a retailer's website and it's one of our retailers, it will know, and it will enable you to collect your donation. Another thing it does as well is if you were just searching for an item that you wanted to buy, let's say I wanted to buy a washing machine. I'm just searching in Google here for washing machine. If I scroll down, if there's any retailers that I could buy that washing machine from, it will be clearly displayed here. So AO.com, it's got our logo, it's got the little button to tell you what the donation is. Click on that and you'll see it will take me to AO.com, logs me in the background, and enables me to get my donation. So let me just head back to my slides. I'm hoping this will work. Yeah, I think that's worked. So that's how Easy Fundraising works. It's really, really simple. And as I say, all it is doing is turning that shopping that you and your shedders are doing into donations. So if you're not registered, if your shed isn't registered with us yet, then all you need to do is visit this link here, www.easyfundraising.org.uk/men's-shed. I think Laura will pop that link up as well for you. You come to this page here and you simply type in the name of your shed there and click sign us up. We will then ask you for your name, your email address and a password. And what we're doing is we are creating a page for your shed, and at the same time we are signing you up as the first supporter of the shed. We will then ask you if you would like to put in a little bit of information about your shed, and if you do that, then you will end up with a page like this with a little bit of information there. You can pop your logo in there if you want to as well. You'll have a page. We'll build that for you. You don't need to build it, don't worry. And then what you need to do next, and we help you with this, is you ask your supporters, your shedders, your family, your friends to come to this page and click this button here, sign up and support this cause. Now, they only have to do that once, and the only information we need from your shed is, from your supporter, is their name, email address and a password, and that enables us to create them a little online account that links to yours. We don't need their address, we don't need their credit card details, we don't need their mother's maiden name, we don't need their horoscope, their star sign, nothing like that. They're not shopping with us, so we don't need any of that information. It's purely so that we can create an account for them. So they only do that once. Once they've done that, every time they use the Easy Fundraising website or the Easy Fundraising app or that donation reminder that I showed you, we know they're supporting you, and the donations that they raise go directly to your good cause. We don't give the donations to the supporters and then they give it to you. It goes directly to your shed. One of the things we'll ask you to do in the first few weeks of you registering your shed with us is we will ask you, how would you like us to pay you your donations? We can pay you by cheque or by bank transfer into your shed's bank account. We'll total up everything that's been raised by all of your supporters and we'll pay it directly to you every 3 months. You just need to have raised £15 in that 3 months, in the quarter, to trigger a payment in the next payment run. But if you haven't, don't worry, you won't lose it. It just rolls into the next quarter. So let's say you register today and the end of the quarter is the end of this month. If you haven't raised £15 by the end of March, don't worry, it just rolls into the next quarter. You will never lose it. So what I thought I would just do now is cover off some questions that you might have, and then I'm going to go on to show you how we help you get your supporters on board, your shedders on board. So firstly, you don't have to be a charity to use Easy Fundraising. It's open to good causes of all shape and size. You need to be an actual good cause. Obviously the sheds are, but you don't need to be a charity, and you don't need to be formally constituted in that way. Won't cost you anything to register, won't cost you anything to use. There's no drawdown fees, there's no running costs or anything like that. And likewise for your supporters. We're funded by the retailers. They will pay us a commission if somebody makes a purchase. We use that to continue to keep the site running and pay our staff and that sort of thing. So the retailers are paying the donation and they're also giving us a commission. So that's how we keep Easy Fundraising free for everybody. Always has been, always will be free. I've touched on this already, how you'll be paid your donations every 3 months by backs or cheque. And in terms of how much you could raise, a good rule of thumb is that if you somebody doing a normal average amount of online shopping for you should raise about £30 a year. So that's £30 per supporter per year. If they have that donation reminder installed, it's going to be more like £50 per year. But actually, I'm going to show you some ways later in the session of how you can really boost that even further. So how do you get your supporters involved? How do you get them to your page? If I just go back to the Easy Fundraising site. Once you've registered your shed, we will give you access to all of the tools you need here, called Promote My Cause, to tell your supporters, your shedders, about this opportunity for them to help you. So this is our fundraising toolkit. And we recognise that lots of you, if not all of you, are volunteers. You have lives, you have jobs, you have families, you have homes. So fundraising for your shed is not the only thing you do. And you don't have a lot of time to think, okay, how do I explain easy fundraising to my supporters? So we've done it all for you. So as an example, let's say you've registered this afternoon. Come here to get started and click on find out more. A couple of things to tell you here. Firstly, if you want to see your shed's page, you can click here, unique cause page. It will give you the link to your page if you ever want to navigate back to it. What you can also do is book a call with one of our team here if you feel like you have questions. We offer free fundraising support for all of our causes. So if you've registered but you still have questions or you're not quite sure how to do something, just click here. You can book a session at a time to suit you. It's one-to-one on the phone. You get access to a calendar where you just register, book in, and one of the team will call you. So if you feel like you need to do that, please do. We always love to hear from our sheds. But what I wanted to talk to you about is how to get your supporters on board. So let's say you've registered, and what you want to do is send a message out in your shed's Facebook group to let them know that you've registered and you want them to support you. Here is a ready written Facebook post that you can use. It is automatically populated here with the name of your shed. So I'm logged in to support my cause. So it says my cause. For you, it will say the name of your shed. And it's automatically populated as well with the link to your page that they need to go to click that sign up and support this cause button. So all you would do here is copy, click post to Facebook, and off you go. You've shared a message out. Same for Twitter, WhatsApp and text. Maybe you prefer to send an email. Again, always automatically populated with the information that you need to give to your shedders. So it's really quick and easy. If you've got a website, you could add information to your website. Again, all the tools you need are here. If you've got a face-to-face event coming up, or all your shedders are getting together, you could print them off a flyer, or you could put a poster up. There's little QR code handout cards, like 12 to a sheet of A4. There's all sorts. How-to videos that you can share as well. There's information here about that donation reminder I mentioned to you. So there you can send a message to your supporters to tell them to get that donation reminder, because it will help them raise. And then we've also got down here a variety of different types of messaging in each kind of format. So lots of different Facebook posts here to help you keep talking to your supporters. Here's one where you could say how much you want to raise and what you want to buy with the money. Here's one where you've already raised a certain amount of money. Then you could say, we've already raised £50. Thank you very much. Please keep going. It's all here for you. I'm not going to show you everything in this area because there's tons of information, but I will just show you this month's messages here. That's where we put anything that's timely or relevant. So if we know people are buying particular things, so soon you'll see some content in there about Easter. In the run up to Christmas, you'll see content about, don't forget to use easy fundraising when you buy your Christmas presents, that sort of thing. And if we have any competitions running, which we often do at the moment, we have a competition where one of your shedders could win a £250 gift card from Marks and Spencer's, and your shed could win £250. So again, there's just information here to tell your supporters, tell your shedders about that. So that's the promote my cause area. One thing to say about that area as well is that it's not just you that has access to that. Sorry, let me just go back to my slides. It's not just you that has access to that promote my cause. All of your supporters, your shedders, will also have access to that area there, because we know it might not just be you that wants to bang the drum and encourage people to get on board. So if a shedder has signed up to support you on easy fundraising, they can also help you spread the word. So that's how that works. So now I'm just going to talk to you about some ways in which you can really boost your donations. One way is supermarkets. We work with all of the leading supermarkets, and pretty much all of them will give you a donation every time you do a shop with them, whether it's your first shop or you already shop with them. So as an example here, Asda at the moment, they'll donate £4.50 if you were doing your first ever shop with them. But if you're already an existing Asda shopper, you'll get £1. So one person shopping weekly with Asda is raising £52 for you in a year, just doing their grocery shopping. And sometimes people will say, oh, I don't really shop online. But then when you ask them, they're like, oh yeah, I do my online grocery shopping. So many people do that nowadays, and you can be raising donations. They can raise donations for your shed every single time they do that. So that's one way. Travel and holidays, you can raise donations on every part of a trip. So you saw me go to First Choice earlier to show you 2% donation for them. So holiday packages. We work with lots of airlines, lots of UK-based holiday companies like cottages, skiing holidays, cruises, ferries, coaches. So things like National Express. I got a donation last year to travel from Birmingham to London on a National Express coach. Train line, even things like your airport transfer, your car hire, your travel insurance, even your suntan lotion. Every part of your holiday can raise a donation. So if you're talking to one of your shedders and they happen to say, oh yeah, I'm thinking of booking to go to Lanzarote in August, just say to them, oh, don't forget to have a look on Easy Fundraising to see if the retailer you're planning to book with is there, because it probably will be. And if you bear in mind that on average, a family spend £1,500 on their annual summer holiday, 2-3%, even 1% of that is a decent donation for your shed in one go. You'll find information in Promote My Cause as well to talk to people about supermarkets and travel and remind them to shop. You can also raise donations on retailers where you are taking a contract with them. So things like car insurance, home insurance, pet, broadband, mobiles, finance, that sort of thing. With those retailers, they won't give you a percentage of what you spend. They will give you a larger one-off donation when you take a new policy with them. It has to be a new policy. So you can't say you already had AA car insurance and you're renewing. They won't give you a donation. But if it's a brand new policy that you're taking for the first time, you'll get a donation, and they tend to be 10, 20, 30, 40, even £50 sometimes. Some of the life insurance retailers, so LV being a good example, will give very big donations in the hundreds. Now, I know life insurance is not an impulse purchase. It's not something you wake up one morning and think, I'm going to book some life insurance today. But if it's something that someone is doing, and I have seen this, I've seen those big donations go through, it's worth just keeping it in mind. And these are the things that people do online. You don't tend to go to a high street broker to do your insurance anymore. You do it online. And a really good message for your supporters as well is that by going with a new provider, the chances are they will get a better deal on their insurance or their broadband, because new supporters are usually given preferential rates for taking a new policy, and they'll also raise a donation for you at the same time. And then my last sort of top tip, I suppose, is what I'm calling business purchases. This works in a couple of ways. So firstly, think about the things that your shed might need to buy. So that could be technological equipment. So maybe you need laptops or something like that. It could be DIY equipment. It could be the things you need to keep your shed running. It could be tea and coffee to keep everyone stocked up with tea and coffee when they meet. Anything that you are buying for your shed, you can buy for your shed through Easy Fundraising and raise for your shed at the same time. Also think about the things that people might buy in their life outside the shed. So do you have anybody that runs their own business and is also a shedder, or buys for business, someone that might be a purchasing manager? So a good example of this is my colleague here, Roisin. She has a lady, she supports a brownie unit, very small brownie unit. One of their mums travels regularly from Birmingham to London on the train line. She books every time through Easy Fundraising. She has to go for work. She also books hotels, and she's their top raiser. So think about what your shedders do outside their shed life. And lastly, if you've had any businesses that have supported you in the past or have needed to, maybe you have someone that does your accounts, or a business that has chosen you as their charity of the year or has helped you in some way, ask them if they're making business purchases. Maybe they need to replace laptops in their company, or they need to buy ink and toner, or office equipment. Just think about those guys, and they can also help you raise. So before I finish and go to questions, 3 reasons to use Easy Fundraising. So if you are one of the sheds that is being sort of left with a funding gap from Amazon Smile, this is a great viable alternative, and you'll actually raise more. Your community of shedders are supporting you for free. So at the moment where it's difficult for people to donate, they don't have to donate. They just shop as they normally do. And also it's super easy to implement, to set up, and to keep running as well. It shouldn't be a lot of effort for you to raise. So the next steps, if you're not registered with us already, is to register on that link. If you feel like you need a call, make sure you book in a call with one of the team, share the news and start raising. And you can also contact me any time you like at my email address, which Laura's very helpfully put up there, because for some reason it's not showing on my slides. I don't know why. And that goes for whether you're a new shed or you're already with us. Perhaps you have a question, or you think your shed might be registered, but you can't remember the login details or anything like that. Just feel free to get in touch with me, and I will be more than happy to help. That's the end of my slides. So hopefully I haven't talked too much. I've talked for 31 minutes non-stop. Any questions that I need to answer, Laura?
No, well, I'll throw it out to everyone there. So anyone who's watching us, if you want to ask a question to Becky live here, if you just comment literally just below, oh, I get a floating hand. If you comment below the screen that you're watching it on, then that comment will come through to me here. So I can already see that, and I'll just say a few hellos at the moment. So hello to Alex Ward, who's the Secretary of Tidworth and Ludgershall Men's Shed. And also hello to Chris from Wellow Men's Sheds, who's watching apparently on an iPad and Facebook. It's great to see you guys, and it's really lovely to share. So yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things that even while we're waiting for people to kind of type some questions, do you know what? I knew you guys had a lot of resources in your kind of sharing, but I'll be honest, I hadn't necessarily logged in and seen how many resources you have. Like, that's huge, like so easy for sheds to kind of be able to share. You know, you don't have to write why use Easy Fundraising, just copy and paste it and either stick it on Facebook or stick it in a WhatsApp group or on your website.
Absolutely. And feel free to adapt that wording as you see fit. It's there as a guideline, it's there, it's tried and tested, but actually you don't have to use that wording. You can use bits of it, you can cut and paste, or you can use it as is. We aim to make it as user friendly as possible for you.
Yeah. Do sheds in their area, do they have any idea of how many supporters they've got on board? So do they know if they've got 5 people supporting them, or 15 or 50 or however?
Yeah, absolutely. So when the person who registers a shed is known as the admin, and they have access to certain parts of the site that nobody else can see. So for example, the admin is the only person that can put the bank details in, that can change a logo or a description, and they can also see a list of their supporters. But they can only see first name and initial, and that's really important for GDPR compliance. So if you were one of my supporters, or if I was one of your supporters, you would just see Becky C. If I want to be anonymous, I can tick anonymous, and you would just see anonymous. You wouldn't be able to see where I shopped or what I've bought. You can only see how much I have raised for you. And that, again, that's really important. So you don't need to worry that your supporters' shopping history is going to be splashed all over the internet, because it's not. Another thing to say as well, which I often get asked, is we are not passing any of your personal data over to retailers. When you click out from our site, you are basically turned into an anonymous series of numbers. The retailer doesn't know who you are. They only know you've come from Easy Fundraising. And if you buy something, they tell us how much you've spent and what the donation is going to be. If you choose to register an account with that retailer, you sign up for their newsletter, that's entirely your call. That's nothing to do with us. we don't pass that information to retailers. So you don't need to worry that you are then getting your information shared with retailers, and you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of annoying.
All that spam that we all just delete instead of going unsubscribe and think, oh, I should have unsubscribed it instead of delete it. I'll do it next month and do the same thing. Absolutely. I mean, yesterday I was having a play around even on my phone. So I'm not necessarily the oldest in terms of the shedding world. I may use technology a little more than others do, but I do a lot of things on my iPhone. And I was amazed. There was something I was looking at yesterday, and it kind of popped. I'll be honest, until yesterday, I hadn't got that kind of notification setup done. And when I went in, I kind of signed in, and I can't remember what website it was. It was something like curly hair shampoo website or something. And it was like, yeah, we'll make a donation. And I was like, oh, I'd forgotten. And it did that job so perfectly. It was kind of like, oh, yeah. So
there's so many retailers you won't know about it about them as well. Which is why we developed the donation reminder. Firstly, because people might forget, and secondly, because there are so many. In fact, my colleague Roisin, who Laura knows, was saying to me yesterday that she went to a wedding last week and she had to book her dogs into a dog sitter, and she got a donation. There's a dog sitting kind of portal where you can you can find a dog sitter. They'll give you a donation. So who knew? I didn't know that, and I've been with Easy Fundraising since day dot. So I didn't know that either.
No. So Chris Wilton has said that, thank you, this has been really helpful. He said they had only just signed up to Amazon Smile. But Wellow Men's Sheds are relatively new, so hoping it'll provide some useful funding. And again, I think it is that kind of numbers help, doesn't it? So it doesn't have to be your shedders in your shed. It can be, shedders partners, shedders children, grandchildren, whoever, kind of keep sharing that news out and encouraging your supporters to kind of pass it on. Can you just kind of sign up and raise that money? I mean, I remember one organisation I used to work for, we used Easy Fundraising, possibly not long after it started. I remember one in the lead up to Christmas, and the amount of Christmas presents that we were all buying online, there was an online competition as to who was raising the most through Easy Fundraising. I think somebody got a chocolate cake or something like that for whoever kind of got the most. But but it was that kind of, it's helpful. None of us bought it, but things that, like Black Friday, I know that you guys do, again, that's another time of the year where everyone kind of goes mad and looks for deals online and kind of goes to buy them. And again, if you've got that reminder in, then any kind of, if you're not, we wouldn't encourage impulse buying, but if you do suddenly decide that you need something on Black Friday, then again, that reminder is there that kind of goes, you can get a donation for this. You were going to buy it anyway, so you might as well.
Yeah. And with the, you interestingly sort of saying about a bit of competition, because admins can see a list of their supporters, some of our causes do really kind of make the most of that. They'll put a post up to say, hey, Laura's our top supporter this week. She's raised X. Can you beat her? And depending on the type of organisation and the community you have, that sometimes works really well. And they will often do things like the person who raises the most this month will get a bottle of wine or something like that. So do fun things. And people do get really competitive and get competitive with other. So sheds get competitive with other sheds as well in their sort of local area. Like, we've raised more than this shed, and all very good natured. But it's quite a nice way to do it, to just sort of challenge people. How much could you raise, sort of thing.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I didn't realise until I was looking through your slides how much that actually the supermarkets are giving just for doing your online shopping. And actually, most of the time, I'll be honest, with two small children, I'm like, I'll do a click and collect because I don't fancy a kind of a great big long shop this weekend while dragging toddlers around the supermarket. And actually, I was like, do you know what? And they're giving more than it costs me to even pay for my click and collect. I was like, oh, well, there we go.
Yeah. It's great. The supermarkets have been quite a game changer for a lot of our causes, because a lot of the supermarkets used to just give a donation if you were a new shopper. But from last year, we sort of worked on quite hard to say, come on, you need to reward those existing shoppers as well. So it's been, groceries is now one of our biggest category of retailer, because people are, in terms of how much people raise, because people are really sort of feeling the benefit of £50 per supporter per year, just for doing a weekly online shop that they were doing anyway.
It's bizarre, but I sometimes find that doing an online shop for me saves me money, because I don't go wandering around the supermarket of all the things that I really think I should want. I don't really want, but they're all impulse buys. For me, that kind of helps. But and again, it's all down to whatever people are doing. It's raising money, whether they're kind of using it lots or whether they're using it little. It kind of just amounts up for money in the bank. And the other question I've just jotted down is, what evidence do sheds have to provide that they are a good cause? Is there anything, do they need to share with you their constitution or anything like that? What kind of is the
Yeah. Okay.
evidence
Yeah. So they don't need to provide a constitution. We just need to be satisfied that that group, that shed exists in some form. So when you register with the name of your shed. The first thing our team here will do, because we manually validate all of our causes, is we will go online and check to see if your shed exists. So we might go to the Men's Shed Association website and see if we can find you on there, or we might just do a Google search for you and look at your Facebook page. We'll do the due diligence at our side to make sure that we're satisfied that you exist. If for whatever any reason we couldn't find that information, we would get in touch with you as the person that's registered and just say, oh, thanks for registering. You just let us know a little bit more. We're not looking to turn people away by any means, but we have to make sure that all of our causes actually exist in real life.
Yeah.
But with the Men's Shed, we very rarely have that issue, because we can normally find proof of you online, very, very, very quickly. But no, you don't need to provide a constitution. If we need any more info from you, we will ask you, but we do all of the due diligence our side to make sure that we're happy that you are who you say you are.
Fantastic. I think that's all of my questions that I've got there.
Okay.
I think I've got another potential question coming in. So Chris has said, can you easily add to your registration? For example, if you register kind of with just your name, can you add a logo later?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you register, it's very, very light touch. So we will need you to put in the name of your shed, your name, an email address, and a password. Then we will ask you if you would like to put a bit of information in about your shed, but you'll see it says something like skip this step and come back later. So if you haven't got it to hand, you don't feel inspired to write a paragraph, just skip it. We'll also ask you if you want to add your phone number. And the only reason for that is so that if you do then want to go on and book a call with us at a later date, we've got your details. We're not going to ring you, don't worry, unless you ask us to. And then yes, so then we can set up your page without a logo, without the description, and then you can go in at any point you like as the admin. You go to the account setting at the top of your screen, and you'll see that there's various options for change my cause logo, change my cause description, change my cause payment details. You can go in and amend anything you want at any time. So you might be that your shed changes its name or changes its logo, or you want to raise for a particular thing for this year, and then next year you want to change your wording. That's fine. You've got control of all of that.
Fantastic. And the other thing I discovered yesterday, just while I'm thinking in terms of making changes in your account, was how easy it was for supporters to change their cause they're supporting for. So if you've got people who are maybe supporting a cause that they just kind of nominated kind of casually with an Easy Fundraising, but they have a better relationship with the shed. Yesterday I realised when I signed in that the cause I was supporting is a charity that's no longer in existence, and went, oh, I should probably change that one. So actually I was able to kind of find a new cause that my account can kind of go and support. So, if you've got shedders who are already using Easy Fundraising or may have thought about it and used it, but not really activated their account much, it might be a way to also get them back on board and bring them.
Yeah, it's very, very straightforward. You literally click on change the cause I support, search for the cause you want to support, and then change that cause. And that does mean as well that you can support more than one cause if you want to. It will always default to the last cause that you supported. But if you did want to, so I had it myself, and my 3 children were all at 3 separate schools who all used Easy Fundraising for their PTAs. I just registered to support all of them, and each time I wanted to shop, I would just pick which one I wanted to support that time. Most people just support one cause at a time, but you can, if you need to, support more than one cause.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, I think that's pretty much kind of all of the questions and all the comments that I had about it. If people do have any comments, then I know that Becky is more than happy to chat to people. So Becky's email address is down here, becky@easyfundraising.org.uk. And for anyone who, if you do kind of get yourself a bit lost and you can't find all the details, for anyone who doesn't know by now, that if you have a kind of query and you want to come through UKMSA, you can email me, laura.winkley@ukmsa.org.uk, and I will happily kind of point you in Becky's direction. But yeah, I will, we'll have more stuff. People should know by now, we put this in the newsletter quite regularly, just to keep reminding you, both that Easy Fundraising is there as an option for you as a shed, but also to remind you to just kind of maybe do something for your supporters and send some of that message out there. Use some of those toolkits and guides. But for now, fantastic. Thank you ever so much for your time, Becky. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, that's it.
Having made you talk for nearly 44 minutes.
That's good. I can talk for England, so.
Fantastic. Well, you will hear more from us, and also from Becky, who really supports UKMSA with lots of the kind of really good resources that they give to us to help you raise more money as well. But that's it from us. The last thing that I will just share with people is, whoever is online at the moment, next week on Thursday the 23rd of March at 4 p.m. we will be doing a live on our YouTube and Facebook page and our group with the world leading professor Mark Emberton, talking about prostate cancer and can we imagine a future without prostate biopsy? So if you are online, or if you want to save it in your diaries, or have a look wherever you're watching this now, you'll be able to watch us this time, or not this time next week, but at 4 p.m. on Thursday next week, you'll be able to see us there. But for now, I will say thank you very, very much to Becky for all that, and I will sign ourselves off and hope you have a lovely afternoon and plenty of tea to drink this afternoon as well.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.